Ready. Good morning, student. Welcome to Gyan Jyoti online classes, class 8, English grammar, chapter 9. Topic is non-finite verbs. So you have to know first thing the verb is two type. One is finite verbs, another is non-finite verbs. The verb which has a subject and it takes and has also it has tense that is called finite verbs. But non-finite verb, the definition is given here. A non-finite verb is a verb that does not show tense. First thing does not show tense. Do you know tense? Present, past, future. उसका कोई टेंस से लेना देना नहीं. First thing, the no relation with the tense. Verbs are verbs that function like other parts of speech. Okay. So this non-finite verb three types you have to know. First is gerund, then infinitive, then participle. Three types of non-finite verb we shall today discuss. Just concentrate it. If you just little bit mind, you will concentrate, you will understand all the matter. Okay, let's start first the topic gerund. Gerund is an in form of the verb. Just like go in form going, swim in form swimming, etc. Is used as a noun. But verb becomes noun, acting. Verb is verb, but it acting as a noun. Do you know in all the sentence, first word is subject, and by using the subject we make the sentence. But here subject, verb becomes subject. Just like I am a teacher. Here I is subject. But swimming is good for health. Here swimming is subject, but swim is verb by using ing. Swimming, and that swimming becomes a subject, and you should know the subject always. You know that is noun. So here gerund is the informed verb used as a noun. This is called gerund. Okay, it's also known as verbal noun. You know, verb को लेकर जो नाम होता है, that is called gerund. So how we can use this gerund in different way? Yes, student, in different way we can use this gerund. Let's discuss first one here. The subject of the verb. You know, कोई verb का beginning में जो आता है, your subject. And without subject, sentence is incomplete. It's okay. So see this picture backboard and understand. Here, listening to music is my favorite hobby. Listening, this is a subject. Or singing is my hobby. This is a subject. Okay? It's clear? Second point, the object of a transitive verb. Do you know transitive verb and intransitive verb? I think I have to teach you. After this subject, I will teach you transitive verb and intransitive verb. Do you know all the finite verb are called transitive verb, but in advanced I tell transitive verbs either transitive or intransitive verb. Do you know transitive verb means the verb which carries an object, that's called transitive verb. Let's see. Here your book says policy here object या verb का object रोल ले रहा है, but is a verb acting as an object. Object means noun. But police is verb, but policing is acting as a noun, but object of a transitive verb. It's clear? So transitive verb का object है. Third point, the object of a preposition. Do you know preposition in English that was annoyed at? In this sentence you see at is a preposition. Okay? Or that is another missing is missing, खो जाना. The acting as a noun, that is called gerund. Yes, preposition के बाद में जो आ रहा है verb plus ing, gerund, that is gerund. Okay, there was another at missing, that is after this preposition. Many examples. I am not used to sleeping. To sleeping. To is preposition, then after is sleeping in a hammock. In this way you can make the sentence. Do you understand? Gerund. This last point, the complement of a verb. Do you know this is the auxiliary verb? Is, yes, this form of verb. What I like most is after is there is theme. It's clear? Uh, so did you understand this? This is the general use as acting as a noun. So now let's come to this next point, participle. Participle is the informs or the verbs, function as verbs and adjectives. या तो verb का function लेता है या adjective का role लेता है. This is called the participle. Also called the verbal adjective. It's clear? That is called verbal adjective. Now students, let's discuss about this participle. Also three types. Let's discuss. And here it is three types. One is present participle, another is the past participle, then the perfect participle. Yeah, perfect means the present perfect participle or past perfect participle, etc. Let's discuss about the first point, the present participle. Okay, the present participle describes a ongoing incomplete action and is formed by adding ing to the base form of the verb. This is the continuous process. Yeah, the ing form of the verb. Okay. So let's discuss the little boy thinking it was said begin to swim. The little boy thinking it was said begin to swim. So in this sentence, present participle is thinking. Okay, this is the thinking. Yeah, सोच रहा है. Yes, the ing form verb is used here. Little boy thinking it was said begin the verb plus ing, that is the participle, and either as a verb or an adjective. Okay. Now see next point, the past participle describes finished or completed action and is formed by adding d, ed, t, and en. Just like all the verb has past participle, present tense, then past tense, past participle. Just like go, went, gone. Gone is the past participle. Yeah, proved, proved. Then sing, sang, song. Eat, ate, eaten, en. Sometimes and, sometimes ed. Maximum verb I use as ed. Okay, by using this, and you have to know all this rule. Then you have to go through the dictionary and all every word that has its ed form and the past participle form by using d, ed, or n or en, etc. Yes. So students, let's discuss participle. When challenged, the man had no answer for the action. This is the past participle. When challenge is past participle by using ed form. Okay, so no past participle. The next one is the perfect participle. Donates the completion of an action. First, the action is finished. In the past, it is formed by adding having extra before the past participle form. Having taken permission. This is phrase type. Having taken permission. Clear? Having taken is past participle. Present participle having. Together, that is perfect participle. Having taken permission, but permission लेने के बाद she went horse riding. she horse चलाने के चले गई. Now the use of participle term discussed first point, that as attributes quality group. Let's see many attributes. And here one of the sentences is the child, the crying child, रोता हुआ बच्चा. ये बच्चा किस टाइप का है? रोता हुआ. That is the attribute of this phrase. Okay, clear? An attribute of this participle. Next one point, modify the subject or the object. Let's see. Please do not keep anyone waiting. This is the predicate part or the object part. To modify either subject part or the object part. It's just like that. Just like I think you look quite exhausted. That the past participle is used by exhausted, means tired. So we can use either the present participle or the past participle in the subject or object to modify. Okay. Second point. Then the third point, subject complement, means the choice of music of the party was interesting. Yeah, the subject complement. Do you know? Let me understand. Once again, I'm telling. The choice of music at the party was interesting. That is subject complement because it becomes a subject. Okay, or the cross country nation was exciting, that is a subject complement. Okay, now one more the point, let's discuss the two joint pairs of sentence. Let's discuss. So student, let's see two joint pairs of sentences, how we have to use this participle. Let's discuss. I saw a dog, one sentence, because running towards me, two sentences. How can join? I saw a dog. The running becomes participle. Like it was, I saw a dog running towards me. Running towards me. We can join two sentences together by using participle, and you can make one sentence. In very easy way, you can practice it to improve your English grammar standard. Okay. Last part of this portion we shall come to this infinitive. And if you know the infinitive can be two types, like to plus infinitive and bare infinitives. Let's see. So one of the sentences, I want to go for a swim. I want to go. Infinitive also no times, and this is not made verbs. And it is acting as a noun. Yeah, or it is called infinitive, or 2 plus 1 or 2 plus infinitive. We can say in different ways. It's clear? So in this infinitive we can use in different way, like general, like participle. Let's discuss the subject of verb. You know, subject. Without subject sentence is meaningless. To or he. This is subject. The 2 plus infinitive is used. Verb acting as a noun. 2 plus infinitive acting as a noun. 2 plus is divine. माफ करना एक तो स्वर्गीय वरदान है. लेट्स सी टू प्लस. नेक्स्ट वन, द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द ट्रांजिटिव verb. Let's see. Object means object part. The dog wanted to buy. This object part. This subject part, object part. Subject part and object part. You have to remind it. So that was actually noun. Don't use an infinitive verb, but it's noun. Okay, clear? How about let's discuss the complement of a verb. You know, complement of verb means after the verb it comes. That is what complement. Like is, am, are, these are all the verbs or helping verbs. Let's see. My prepared example is to serve. Is to serve. In the complement of the verb. It's clear. Next point, the object of preposition. Do you know object of preposition? Here preposition is amount. And preposition के बाद जो 2 plus infinitive आ रहा है, that is the object of a preposition. Is clear? Now the play is about to begin. The play is about to begin. Here, object of a preposition is clear. Now last point, next point, an objective complement. Let's see, objective complement means, you know, a sentence has a subject part and an object part. In a transitive verb has the object. That's what transitive verb. You can see this sentence. The old man asked him to visit. Here he means objective. Complement of object. Objective. Then after 2 plus infinitive, in this way also it is used. So I have discussed all this point, and I hope you have understood all of these things whatever I have discussed. So students, let's see rest of it. Here we can see some sentences. I want to buy. Yes, this is an ideal place to camp. Okay, I told her to kindly stop. Yeah, and the children heard the word sing. See in the full sentence, past and second sentence, 2 plus infinitive is in the full infinitives. But here third number requires is split. To stop के पीछे kindly आ गया है, तो split मतलब झुक गया है. We can use English also. And the last one, the children heard the word sing. The bare infinitive without infinitive also you can use. That is called bare infinitives. It's okay. So you have to know the different way of using English. read more and practice more, then you can understand well. Now some verbs followed by the infinitive, just like hear, feel, be, observe, watch, make, know. In this type of verbs, no to is used, just like one of the example I can give you here. Here you can see the children heard the birds sing. Heard here, here, heard the birds sing. Or I can say the children feel the student boring. Yeah, etc. You can use. All these words, bare infinitives, are used. It's clear on this point. Now, at the conclusion, I can say, you can see need and dare. You can see this place, and when need and dare, in affirmative sentence to is used, and in negative sentence, without to means bare is used. Just one of the example, need and dare, but I have one example I put you. I dare to take. Okay, to is used, but in negative, I dare not take. I dare not to take. If you say that is incorrect, okay? I dare not take. But we don't say I dare not to take. To को जरूरत नहीं है in negative sense. So you have to practice it to improve your English vocabulary, English standard, and you need more practice. One example: how dare you talk in that? How dare you talk in that tone? Yes, and in negative, I dare to take. Here in this interrogative sentence, how dare you talk? No to plus infinitive to, but I dare to take. But in affirmative, to take this risk. I need to pay, but did you pay any heed to instructions? You can see in all these examples. You can practice it, and you have to go through all these things. Then you can understand all these things, and rest of the part, the table part, and this is you can understand. One of the thing I can say, when the infinitive is used to qualify a noun, verb, or adjective, it is called qualifying infinitive or gerundal infinitives. Or qualify either noun or verb or adjective, that is called gerundal infinitives. It's okay. I hope you have to practice all these things, and you can see, you can understand very well. So I see you in the next period. Then you will understand very well. Okay, have a good day and goodbye.